In the quiet, tree-lined town of Springwood, life moved at a gentle, familiar pace. The residents knew each other by name, and the days were marked by simple pleasures: morning walks, neighborly chats, and the comforting aroma of fresh brewed coffee drifting from kitchen windows. For Eleanor Whitfield, that morning coffee ritual was more than just a way to start the day. It was a treasured part of her identity. At 74, soon to turn 75, Eleanor remained lively, sharp, and full of warmth. She had a contagious laugh, a closet full of bright scarves she'd collected over the decades, and a stubborn streak that her children found both admirable and occasionally exasperating. Every morning without fail, Eleanor would slip on her soft house robe, pad into her cozy kitchen, and prepare her coffee. Sometimes it was a quick instant coffee mix. Other days, she used her old French press. She liked to experiment with creamers and flavors, always seeking that perfect cup. She would sit at her small round table by the window, sipping slowly while looking out at her garden of daisies and hydrangeas. But things were about to change, not because Eleanor had grown tired of coffee, but because her son, Dr. David Whitfield, had returned from a medical conference with news that left him concerned for his mother's health. David was in his mid-40s, a respected internist at a clinic in a nearby city. At the conference, one particular session had caught his attention. It focused on the impact of daily beverage choices, specifically coffee, on the health of older adults. The data he heard surprised even him, and as he took notes, Eleanor's face kept appearing in his mind. He realized something important. While coffee can offer numerous health benefits, certain types can pose real risks for people over 60, especially if consumed regularly. And some of Eleanor's favorites, unfortunately, were on that risky list. David didn't want to alarm his mother unnecessarily, but he knew he had to share what he'd learned. So one sunny Saturday morning, he drove to Springwood, determined to have a gentle but honest conversation. A conversation over coffee. When David walked into his mother's kitchen, he was greeted by the familiar smell of coffee brewing. Eleanor was already seated, sipping from her favorite floral mug. "Good morning, Mom," David said, leaning down to kiss her on the cheek. "Well, if it isn't my busy doctor's son," Eleanor teased. "I didn't expect to see you this early on a Saturday." "Coffee," David hesitated. "Actually, that's what I came to talk about." Eleanor raised an eyebrow. "My coffee? Don't tell me you're going to take away my one pleasure in life." He smiled gently. "Not take it away, Mom. Just guide you toward better choices." I learned some surprising things about coffee and people over 60 at the conference last week. There are a few kinds you really should avoid and some that can actually be great for your health. The 4 coffees to avoid. David pulled out a notebook and began. 1. Instant coffee mixes with artificial flavor. Eleanor's pantry was well stocked with convenient, single-serving packets. They were easy, quick, and came in flavors like hazelnut, vanilla, and mocha. David explained, "These instant mixes are loaded with chemical additives, things like propylene glycol, which is actually a petroleum byproduct. For younger people with healthy kidneys, processing it might not be a huge issue. But for older adults, the kidneys aren't as efficient. This chemical can put extra strain on them." He went on to explain that many of these packets also contain hidden trans fats, the kind that increase bad cholesterol, and artificial sweeteners that can disrupt gut health by altering the balance of good bacteria. Instead, he suggested, if you like flavored coffee, start with regular brewed coffee and add natural flavorings, a dash of pure vanilla extract, a sprinkle of ground cinnamon, or even a spoon of high-quality unsweetened cocoa powder can give you that flavor without the chemicals. 2. Coffee with artificial non-dairy creamer. Eleanor reached for the bottle of vanilla-flavored non-dairy creamer in her fridge. "You mean this?" she asked. David nodded. "Mom, a lot of these creamers are made from synthetic oils, preservatives, and thickeners. The one that really concerns me is titanium dioxide. It's used as a whitening agent not just in creamers, but in paint. Research has shown it can cause oxidative stress in human cells, and that's linked to aging and chronic diseases." He suggested switching to organic full-fat milk or unsweetened almond milk instead. These options are more natural, contain real nutrients, and lacked the industrial additives. 3. Decaf coffee made with chemical solvents. Eleanor sometimes had a cup of decaf in the evenings to avoid trouble sleeping. David explained, the problem isn't decaf itself, it's how some companies remove the caffeine. They use methylene chloride, which is an industrial solvent. It's classified as a probable human carcinogen and can even cross the blood-brain barrier, affecting brain cell function. He recommended looking for brands that use the Swiss water process, a chemical-free method that uses just water, temperature, and time to remove caffeine. 4. Unfiltered boiled coffee. David glanced at her beloved French press. This one's tough, because I know you love it. But unfiltered brewing methods, like French press or Turkish coffee, let a compound called cafestol through into your cup. Cafestol can raise LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, which increases the risk of heart disease. The fix: use a drip coffee maker or pour over with a paper filter. The paper traps most of the cafestol before it gets into your cup. Eleanor sighed. So basically, all my favorites are off the list. Not all, David reassured her. There are some coffees that are actually good for you, really good. Let me show you. The 4 coffees to enjoy. David flipped the page in his notebook. 1. Organic medium roast Arabica. David explained that Arabica beans naturally have more chlorogenic acid than Robusta beans. Chlorogenic acid is a powerful antioxidant. It reduces inflammation, improves glucose metabolism, and may even protect blood vessels. Medium roast is the sweet spot. It keeps most of these antioxidants without creating the burnt byproducts you get in darker roasts. He added that using clean, filtered water for brewing helps avoid heavy metals or chlorine from tap water. 2. Cold brew concentrate. Cold brew was new to Eleanor. David told her, cold brewing cuts acidity by up to 70%, which makes it much easier on the stomach. It's smoother, less bitter, and still packed with antioxidants. It's also naturally rich in magnesium, which helps protect vision as you age. 3. Coffee with collagen peptide. As people age, collagen production drops, leading to joint stiffness and muscle loss. Adding a scoop of hydrolyzed collagen peptides to your coffee can improve joint mobility, reduce muscle pain, and even increase bone density, David explained. 4. Coffee with MCT oil and true cinnamon. David's last suggestion was what he called a brain booster. MCT oil medium-chain triglycerides give your brain an alternative energy source that can help with memory and mental clarity. And true cinnamon, or Ceylon cinnamon, helps improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation. A new coffee. Chapter. Eleanor felt relieved. She didn't have to give up her coffee, she just had to make smarter choices. That afternoon, she ordered a drip coffee maker, a bag of organic medium roast Arabica beans, and some collagen peptides. She promised David she'd share these tips with her friends at the community center. In Springwood, word travels fast. Within weeks, the morning coffee club at the center was buzzing, not just with caffeine, but with conversations about healthy brewing, natural flavorings, and the best way to make cold brew at home. Eleanor still started her mornings with coffee, but now she sipped it knowing she was doing something good for her body as well as her spirit. And that, perhaps, was the best blend of all.